Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the North Shore Line podcast presented by FanDuel. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo, and this is The Point, the very last point of the offseason. So with that said, we got some special guests on for you today. We got Carl from Bravo. We got ourselves a reality TV star in the house tonight. We have Colin back from the Post Gazette. Who cares about him? And then, of course, on the bottom is Tyler and Nathan. Again, who cares about them? So let's have you guys introduce yourselves and tell us why you're going to win. Of course, I'll start with you, Carl.
All right, I'm a huge Pirates fan. I'm from Pittsburgh, Upper St. Clair guy, but I've been living in New York City for 12 years. You can see me on a show on Bravo called Summer House. This season, I throw out a first pitch at the Pirates that they're going to show actually on Bravo Summer House. So for all you Pirate fans, you'll get to see a little sneak peek of PNC Park on the show, which is cool, but happy to be here.
Awesome. Good stuff. Colin, once again, introduce yourself to everyone and why you're going to ultimately, of course, lose again.
Hey, I'm only 0 for 2. It's not like I've got some...
Why are you going to win tonight, Colin?
Why am I going to win today? I've been around this team all of spring training, so I feel like I have a pretty good pulse on what's going on. Down here in Bradenton, I've got the night off today with Noah and Lakeland, but happy to be here, talk some ball, share some insights, and as long as I finish ahead of Tyler, it's a win.
Tyler, going to take that, introduce yourself, and of course, why you're going to win.
Well, to be honest with you, I was going to come in here and say I'm used to being the most attractive person on the camera because I'm always on with Jim and DiNardo. This isn't fair tonight. Like, I got Carl here. I was going to compliment our Matt Rife guy over here in the top right. Never mind. He's bottom of the barrel now.
I appreciate that, man.
Nobody likes me.
And Nathan finishes out.
Yeah, my name's Nathan. I do videos for North Shore 9. I'm shooting for third place. I'm definitely not going to be voted favorite tonight because people don't really know me that much, but I'm shooting for third place. Got to beat Tyler at least.
Why am I the one that everyone has to beat?
I think there's just not much confidence. There's just confidence will beat you.
Yeah. I just love how he's acclimated to the North Shore 9 motto already. I'm just here for third place.
Yes, indeed.
Not the worst, but we're not striving for the best. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, let's kick this show off. Do like a little bit of an icebreaker. What I actually want to do is, I'm not sure if all of you are aware or have seen this, so I'm going to bring this up on here. But apparently, Pittsburgh Clothing Company was able to share this all with us yesterday. Apparently, Fanatics and Nike has released a shirt called Hoist the Cone. Hoist the Cone. So I want to ask you guys, what the hell does Hoist the Cone mean to you? And I don't know, should we run with this? Should we start bringing cones into PNC Park? Let's start with Nathan on the bottom right.
So, I don't really care what the hoist the cone actually means. I think we should actually bring cones to the tailgate, like actual safety cones, ice cream cones, whatever you want. I think the actual cone they're talking about is like something with a bunch of hot dogs in it or something like that. You guys met me last week. I'm a really picky eater and like I eat chicken fingers every day. So like, I don't care what else is in the cone, but like, let's bring all safety cones. I don't care. We'll bring them all to the tailgate. I can find some on like, they're everywhere along the highway. They're doing road work everywhere. So hoist the cone. Hype me up.
All right. Colin?
I love that you say ask what hoist the cone means to you. Like we all have some deep emotional attachment to whatever random slogan they've come up with this year. I think that I don't know exactly what it means or what it means to me, but my favorite thing I saw on Twitter was suggestions that the Pirates are going to get an ice cream machine in the dugout. And in the way that Team Italy takes the shot of espresso, they're going to have a little bit of ice cream, a little vanilla, chocolate, whatever. I think that's what I'm choosing to believe at this point in the season. We'll see if they can figure something out before the season starts in 2 weeks.
All right. Ty.
Yeah, so it's a pretty silly thing, kind of stupid. We're a fan base that literally had green weenies and waved them around. I love it. Why not? Let's get weird about it. Let's put cones on our head, traffic cones. We'll throw them at each other. I don't care what we do. Let's get weird with this entire thing. We literally had green weenies. as a curse. We're at our best when we're weird. Let's be weird.
Are we getting weird, Carl?
I can't believe this isn't like a Fanatics. Is it a screw up? I
As
can't
far as
believe
I
this
know,
is
you can actually buy it on the website, like currently right now.
I mean, all I think about is like that parking lot, the gold lot tailgating. I think all the fans should just pick up whatever parking cone they can find and throw it into to the Allegheny.
Carl's like mass chaos.
I can't believe this is even on a T-shirt. I mean, can we just stick with raise it? I don't know. Whatever happened to our foundation of the pirate ship?
I guess it's a new era. Donnie Ball's in play.
But I agree with the gang on when we're weird. When things are weird, that's when we're better. So
now I kind of want to throw a cone into the Allegheny.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
every time O'Neill Cruz hits one in the river, we throw cones in the river after him.
You guys
like
know where to
bear
find the originator of throwing cones in Allegheny. It's right here.
I'm your guy. We should buy stock in like a parking company that sells accessories like parking cones and things.
There it is. Love it. All right, cool. Good stuff. All right, so let's get into the actual nitty-gritty of the show. The real questions in here. Now, obviously, with all the additions that happened, we're about 3 weeks into spring training. Hey, the Passwords hit another home run. Catches are hitting now. I want to kind of fill you guys out now. Maybe things have changed. Does this Pirates team look like it's a playoff team in 2026? Let's go ahead and start on the bottom right with Tyler.
You know what? I'm going to say yes, they do. We were just in spring training. We felt the atmosphere, and I've made the joke many times here, but last year, the year before that, that place felt like a doctor's office, a morgue. It was a sad state of affairs. This year, it was a different atmosphere in that clubhouse, being around the guys. And yes, a lot of it is because they're a lot more talented this year. That's what happens when you have guys that can hit baseballs. You feel a lot better about yourself. So why not? Why not? The pitching staff's good enough. The Pirates are a playoff team.
Nathan.
I'm sad to say this. I want to be optimistic, but until we see it like on the field, I know it is spring training. They're on fire right now. I'm sadly going to say no because my thing has been this. We all say 83 wins is all it takes because the Reds did it last year. Well, there's other teams. The Mets missed the playoffs last year. They're going to be better, in my opinion. You have the Padres still. You still have the Giants that are going to be around. The Cubs and Brewers, maybe the Reds as well. I think it's going to take more than 83 wins. And I love what they've done this offseason. Don't get me wrong. I can't say they had a horrible offseason. But, I wanted them to get a third baseman. I wanted them to still get a better option for a fifth starter. Because if they lose one of these young starters like Braxton Ashcraft, who's had some injury issues in the past, their rotation that was the highest, you could say, depth on this team, it already took a hit with no Mike Burrows or Johan Oviedo. So I'm very curious to what it's going to look like. I think I'm really optimistic they can do it. I'm sitting at a no right now just because I see the rest of the National League seems like we've all forgotten about the Mets are still going to be the Mets. They're going to find a way to be relevant at the end of things. The Phillies, the Braves, all these other teams. So I might want to change my answer around the trade deadline because that's where it's going to Ben is going to have to actually cook. Because the last time we saw him try to cook, it resulted in Brian De La Cruz and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. So that's my thing. I'm no for now, but I want to be able to have my mind changed.
Nate hates Jared Triolo. All right, Carl, what do you think?
I think we're going to make the playoffs. I'm an optimist. I know the Brewers were a hell of a team last year, but I don't know. I've been around a while. I've never the Milwaukee Brewers have really never had, I feel like, great baseball teams. So I'm just we can't let Milwaukee take the division again. But I think Chicago is going to be tough. But I think our starting pitching, I like some of the offseason we built a little bit. And I think Don Kelly for one full season is going to be what we need. He only had, how many games last year. We saw a little bit of a shift already once he immediately took over. So I'm first full season with Donnie Ball. I'm saying playoffs.
All right. So Carl's Donnie pilled. Colin, finish it out here.
way too early in this show for me to be agreeing with everything Nathan said. Like I know we're 10 minutes in, but I'm surprised. I agree with what he said there. I'm optimistic. Obviously, I've been around this team all of spring, and the vibe is clearly different. There is a positive vibe. There is a lot of talent in this clubhouse. I think that it will be markedly better than 2025, and frankly, I'm confident in that. But I also think that a lot of MLB teams got better this offseason, and I don't think that 83 wins will necessarily be enough this year. I expect the Mets, as you mentioned, to be better. I expect the Braves to be better. They were extremely unlucky, and even with the current injuries, I think that they'll be good. I think that the Padres and Giants will still be sniffing around. I think that the Brewers and Cubs will still be good, and you have to be better than at least 3 of those teams in order to sneak a wild card berth. I'm just not too confident that the actual playoff berth will happen just because there's a lot of things that can go wrong, whether it's catchers not hitting or injuries or various things there. I'll say again, I am optimistic about this season. I think that winning baseball is very much a possibility, and I'd like to see the results play out. I'm just not extremely confident that it will end in a postseason berth.
Interesting strategy for a guy who says he wants to come on here and win, and he sides with the one who's comfortable just being in third place. So, hey, kudos to that.
I try to tell it like it
third
is.
place is going to be very elite tonight.
I want to tell it like it is. So,
all right, let's move on to the next question. I feel like this is the one that everyone's been talking about for the longest. He did get a hit tonight. He's the 19-year-old phenom. We're talking about Konnor Griffin. Now, we've all mentioned, I think, on this show at one point or another, like what we would want to do, if we are the GM of the team. So I want to tell you guys, I'm going to ask you guys, put yourselves, you are Ben Cherington. So, put your Ben Cherington mind cap on. You are him, but you're the GM. Are you going to have Konnor Griffin on the opening day roster in New York City to take on the Mets with Paul Skeens pitching? Carl, let's start off with you.
I'm starting him, man. I mean, I think he's still young, but I don't know. The guy is his bat. I feel like you got to give it a chance at least just to see what he's made of. Now, I know he's he's 18, 19. He might need a little more time, but I feel like he's the number 1 draft pick. Like, let's roll the dice. That's what I think.
So he's rolling the dice. He's putting Konnor out there. Ty.
Let's do it.
If I'm the GM, yes, Konnor Griffin is going to be my opening day starting shortstop. The reason I say that is because 1, he is the best shortstop in the entire organization. And 2 is if he struggles, you can just send him down. If you believe in the mindset of this kid and the ability, you're not going to hurt him by sending him down if he struggles. You have an opportunity to catch lightning in a bottle right now. And if I'm Ben Cherington, my seat is very hot. I got to win right now. I need Konnor Griffin on my opening day roster.
Fair enough. Colin.
if I'm Ben Cherington, I try and tie this to an extension. I try to say that if you sign an extension, then you'll be the opening day shortstop. And I try to use that as leverage. I try to be smart with it. I try to see if I can get Konnor Griffin to sign up for longer than the time that he's currently supposed to be here, which still is 6 years, but I'd see if I could get him to sign up for 7 or 8. But regardless of what happens there, I have him starting in New York. I have him as the Pirates opening day shortstop just because he's the best option. He's the best shortstop in the Pirates organization, and I believe that he's major league ready. He's shown like he has not been overmatched at any point during spring training. He's hitting the ball hard. He's playing good defense. He hasn't been showing frustrations even when results aren't necessarily going his way. He has looked the part and certainly looks like someone that can help the Pirates now. And I also think the guys in the clubhouse want to see him in the opening day on the opening day roster too. So if I'm Ben Cherington, I'm starting him in the major leagues. I love it if an extension could get done first, but if it doesn't happen, I'm not overthinking it. I'm playing my best starting 9.
Nate Dogg.
Well, you know, everyone's saying yes. I want to be the heel tonight, okay? This is the last show, so I'm taking on a different personality here, but I was thinking about this today, and I thought about this question a different way whenever you sent it to me. I don't think opening day in New York. I think opening day in Pittsburgh, and here's why. So he's only had 19 games in Double-A Altoona, and it was at the end of the year last year. And his spring training, in my opinion, has been good, but there's still stuff like I want to see him work on a little bit more. There's some at bats, like today, he had 2 strikeouts today, is what it is. But like there's some at bats when we were there last week, it was like he looks like he's forcing some things and trying to prove his point. And that's just kind of how I saw it. Like when we're sitting behind home plate, I was like, I didn't really like that at bat versus Columbia. But then he gets like a pop-up double down the line. It's like, oh, this guy can be really good. I want to make his first start at PNC Park because if you start him in New York, you're putting him up against Freddie Peralta day one, a guy who I think was second place behind Paul Skeens in the Cy Young race, or was third place, but he was still a top 3 in the Cy Young voting. So it's a very interesting predicament they've put him in. And just for his development alone, like I hate using that because it's always the excuse, like hold him down till June for the extra year of service time. I don't think that's the case. Like I said, he's only played 19 games in Double-A. I want him to be really good. And if I'm the GM too, like I want to give him an extension, but I'm also looking out for his entire career. I don't want to rush him being like day one, you're playing against the New York Mets and Freddie Peralta, a really good pitcher, by the way. I want him starting day one at PNC Park when the crowd's going to be already hyped and already all behind him. And they're going to, if you already don't have a sellout, if you announce Konnor Griffin, like when they're in, I think it's Cincinnati's the second trip. If you announce Konnor Griffin that early and give him even a week in AAA to play 2 series, I think it's against St. Paul and then against Columbus. I'm very curious to see if he gets that time, maybe get some more reps after spring training. And yeah, I think that's the way I would go if I was GM. Start him in Pittsburgh rather than New York. I think there's a lot less pressure on him.
Now
it's a week. Don't overthink it. It's a week. Just start him out. Like it's Freddie. Don't overthink that. Yeah, Freddie Peralta is a really good pitcher, but it's not like that one at bat is going to make or break Konnor Griffin's career. But why would you get cute with it at that point? You might as well just start him at the beginning and send that message. I feel like waiting a week would be overthinking it.
See, why would I want to let the Mets sell tickets for Konnor Griffin's first career start? I'm waiting until Pittsburgh, baby.
They're going to sell him no matter what.
I said I'm a heel tonight. I have to go heel here.
I think it's a pretty hot take, actually. I could see the Pirates organization kind of, keeping it focused on PNC and selling more tickets there. It's like we're going to hold our best talent draft picks and wait till we got our first homestand. Could be a good move.
Someone
now, let me ask you, Carl.
Dog night.
So you're in the New York area. Are you going to attend the opener there?
Yeah. So Citi
Field. Damn it, tell us how you feel if he's not there.
I mean, I'll still be there cheering on Skeens and the boys, but I don't know. The preseason the spring training I've seen of Konnor Griffin, obviously he has some things he's excited to be there, but I feel like he's such a big talent. I want him out there in Citi Field. I want to see him out there. I think to your point, Colin, about his defense, I think that's, his glove is super important too. So I'm looking forward to that opener. I got tickets with my Pittsburgh crew. It's a 1:00 game at Citi. Skeens will be out there. I'm excited. So I'll be cheering us on. And I'll be hoisting the cone, hopefully.
Any other rebuttals here?
No, I just want to say about starting him at home. If that 1 week would ruin his career or set him back, then he's not the guy that you think he is. Plain and simple. I believe he is strong enough that even if he struggles off the bat, he's going to be fine. And if starting him against New York in New York ruins his career, then that guy was never meant to be the guy we thought he is.
Mic drop. Awesome. Well, let's go to a commercial here. We'll come back for the last question, and we'll see who's winning this thing.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack hydration sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are the delicious, low-sugar, brain and body fuel you need to win your day. The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way for you to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ bars, 8 IQ Mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified and entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial ingredients. With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their lifestyles with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. The Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all three. My personal favorites so far have been the almond butter chip and the iced tea lemonade hydration mix. It's just really full of flavor. I love starting my day with it, and I couldn't imagine starting my day with anything else other than IQ Bar products. Right now, IQ Bar is offering our podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text MLB to 64,000. That's MLB 64000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
So, we talked about if this team's going to be a playoff team or not. Let's go on to this question here, because I feel like a lot of teams that are a playoff team, a lot of it happens because there's a player that kind of breaks out, giving some, they exceed expectations. This guy was supposed to do maybe, XYZ, and he comes out, has a really good season. That's what helped this team go to the playoffs, unless, of course, you're the Dodgers or Yankees, right? So I want to ask you all, who do you think is going to be the player in 2026 that has that breakout season, whether they make the playoffs or not? But, who is that guy? Let's go ahead and start this one off with Colin.
I think that there's an obvious answer to this one on who the Pirates need that is more important than anyone else, and is the guy who has so much potential, and we've all seen what he can do, and he's shown a little bit of this in the World Baseball Classic and all sorts of things from that specific guy. But I'm going to go in a different direction, and the player that I believe will have a breakout 2026 is the guy who I actually think could be the Pirates' best option at Rookie of the Year, and that's Bubba Chandler. I'm really, really high on him. We saw what he could do in brief glimpses in 2025. He didn't spend that much time in the majors, but he was really, really impressive with the exception of one start. If you look at his stats, he ended up having an ERA near 4, but if you take away that one start, coincidentally the one start that Joey Bart caught him, he had an ERA of 1.5. I think that Bubba Chandler is someone who should be getting a lot more attention, as someone who not only is going to be a really, really good starting pitcher, but I honestly think that he could mount a Rookie of the Year-esque campaign. And if you add him to the rotation that already has Paul Skeens and Ashcraft and Mitch Keller, and Bubba Chandler really ends up being a true number 2, I think that can be what gets the Pirates to the playoffs.
Bubba. All right. Let's go ahead and let's hear Carl's point here.
I mean, listen, I was a catcher back in my day. I'm hot on Joey Bart. I feel like Henry Davis. Henry catches Skeens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, was Henry Davis our number 1 draft pick back in the day?
Yeah.
I feel like Henry's got some skills, but I feel like he never really was hit that stride as a Pirate. So I'm optimistic for Henry Davis. I feel like he had a big buzz coming into the team. He was pretty highly touted. And obviously we've had a tougher team over those years, but I'm expecting bigger things from Henry Davis this season.
Okay, so you're going with the catcher. Which jersey are you wearing tonight?
I got a Jason Kendall on,
Love
97. It's got the Jackie Robinson patch. Kendall, probably one of my favorite Pittsburgh Pirates of all time. Yeah. Shout out to Jason Kendall, baby.
There it is. All right, so going with the catcher love. Nathan.
So any other day, I'd be saying O'Neal Cruz because he's my guy. I want to see him succeed. I want to be different, though. I was also thinking Spencer Horwitz, as everyone knows in the Discord and stuff. He's my guy as well. But I want to make this unique. I'm going with the guy that DiNardo, I am pilled by, Jostinson Garcia. And here is why. I think he is going to have a great year whenever he eventually makes the big league roster. He's by far, in my opinion, one of their better hitters in this spring training camp. And what stinks, in my opinion, is it seems like he's going to be held down in the AAA, that is, because there's not a spot for him to play every day. I completely understand that. But for example, if Jake Mangum isn't the hitter contact-wise, or he's not doing good enough as that 4th outfielder, Jostinson Garcia, that gives the path for him to get to the big leagues. And Jostinson Garcia, in my opinion, compared to Jake Mangum, has a larger skill set when it comes to overall power production and what he can do. He was a top prospect in the Boston Red Sox organization for a reason. And when the Pirates traded for him, I was really happy about it because it doesn't just help this year. It helps for next year and the years prior. If this isn't the year for the Pirates, Josinson Garcia is still going to be here. And sure, is it a breakout if it's his first year? I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but if he can break out right out of the gates, that is a win, for a rare win, I'll say, for Ben Cherington. But I'm excited to see what he can do. It sucks. Like, I want him on the opening day roster, but like, I understand where's he going to play. But if he does enough to force their hand for, say, like the first month in AAA Indy, they're going to have him up because the way he is playing in spring training right now, I don't think enough people are actually talking about it. It's all Konnor Griffin. And I love Konnor Griffin. Josinson Garcia, though, has been their best hitter this spring. And I talked about it all last week, and you heard it all, DiNardo, when we were at that house. You said, Nathan, you are password pilled. And I said, yes, I am. And I even convinced Cody, too, when you guys were filming that. So Josinson Garcia is my pick. But any other day, it's Horowitz and Cruz for guys that are on the team. But I'm going Garcia.
All right. Yeah, again, the leader of the whorehouse. I was surprised you didn't go with Spencer. But all right, password pilled. I like it. Yeah. Tyler.
Yeah, you guys had Marshawn Lynch and decided to throw the ball on the one. You ordered the chicken at a steakhouse, the whole shebang. It's O'Neal Cruz. You all said it. It's O'Neal Cruz, guys. We're talking about a guy that was nearly a 4-win player while he was trying to figure out center field 2 years ago. He was damn near a 20-40 guy last year. Yeah, a lot of struggles, a lot of things I didn't like as well, and I've complained about him very loudly. But we're talking about damn near a 4-win player. We're seeing what he's doing at the World Baseball Classic. Last year, we saw what happened after the Home Run Derby when he got around a group of very, very special and talented individuals that are also Dominican. That seemed to help him last year. Now he's spending spring training basically with a lot of elite talent that they come from similar backgrounds to him. That seems to resonate with him. Again, he was a 3.5-win player 2 years ago while trying to figure out how to play center field. That's the guy. It's the same guy it's been the whole time.
I like it. 4 different opinions. I was kind of shocked on that, especially from this team here. So, all right. Well, there's pretty much the show right there. So the polls are open right now. Go on our YouTube stream if you're not. Vote on who you think's going to win tonight. And now I'll allow all of you to go around and tell us why it should be you. Let's go ahead and start with third place Nathan.
Yeah, so like in my opinion, like I think a lot of my opinions were valid. I agree with all these other guys too. It was a fun time. I'm happy to be part of the last one. I hope I at least beat Colin. I know Colin seems to be the favorite to get last place amongst the masses. So I at least I'm hoping for third place. But if I somehow get second or first, I would be very shocked. Carl, thanks for coming on, and go eat an IQ bar if you haven't already.
Ty.
Mic drop. I love it.
Why should you win?
I shouldn't. I made all that up.
He's just here so he doesn't get fined.
No, just don't vote for Carl. That's all I really care about. I probably would not vote for me.
Okay. Colin, any chance you're winning tonight?
I don't know. We'll see. I think Carl's too handsome to win. I think Ty's too short to win. And I think Nathan's just trying to be the heel. I'm here trying to tell it like it is. I'm telling you what I actually believe. I'm not pandering to the masses. I could say exactly what the fans want to hear, but that's not my job as a reporter. That's not my job as someone showing up on this show and representing the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. So I'm telling it like it is, whether you like it or not. I hope you liked it. I hope that it is enough to win, but hey, I'm telling it like it is.
There it is. No fluff, Colin. That's why he eats his special cheeses. And
I had mac and cheese today. It was perfectly fine, but I did end up getting vegan chocolate chip cookies, which was my mistake today.
There you go.
You can't help yourself. IQ bar?
I have not had an IQ bar.
Go get an IQ bar.
Yeah, and then send me one.
All right, Carl. Why are you going to beat these numbskulls?
I mean, these guys know 10 times over baseball than I do. I love our Pirates, man. I'll never forget the wild card playoff game against the Reds. Johnny Cueto. I just want to get back to a home playoff game at PNC. I think we all agree home PNC playoffs there's nothing like it. But I definitely am last place in tonight's episode, no doubt, because I botched Joey Bart and Henry Davis, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I just love the Pirates.
However, if Russell Martin were to hit a home run again, cones
on the
Allegheny,
field,
right?
cones in the Allegheny.
There it is.
I actually, if O'Neal Cruz hits a home run and a home opener at PNC into the river, I will throw a cone into the East River here in New York, just as an honor.
All right.
I will.
There you go.
And I want to watch this episode.
You know where to find them.
I want to watch this episode back at the end of the season and see who was actually accurate here.
Yeah, there you go. Unless
Probably not Colin.
Tyler decides to delete it.
No, but this has been
All right.
awesome, guys. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah. Well, I appreciate we'll go ahead and close the votes right now. And as it stands, where'd it go? Ty's the winner with 48% of the votes.
Wow.
So congratulations, Tyler. Your long speech.
Yeah, I just want to thank Carl for being here. Thank Nathan for being here. DiNardo, thanks for hosting it. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed talking to you guys. I don't know why anybody voted for me. I definitely pandered throughout the entire thing. I thought me and Nathan traded places tonight, to be honest with you. Nathan's usually more positive than I am. But
Yeah.
I had to
it was
be
a lot of fun. Glad I got to be on the last point of the offseason. Playoff team,
Well, there
boys.
it is. Well, awesome. So
Playoffs.
congratulations, Tyler. Just for transparency, I have to say Colin came in last with 10% of the votes.
Next time. Next offseason.
Get them next year.
Nathan,
All right,
Your
guys.
Pirates
Well,
motto.
that is the last point of the off season for us. So appreciate you all for watching. Again, Carl, Colin, love you guys for
Thank you,
joining
guys.
us tonight. Everyone, subscribe, like, and as Nathan says, go get an IQ bar.
Yep.
We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Cheers.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.